bombshell makeup for brown skin. Let's pull that out. Today we are taking it back to the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do bombshell makeup in 15 minutes. We can all achieve that goddess glow from within angel look. There are just a few things that you're going to want to do differently when you're doing your makeup, and I'm about to show them to you, so let's get into it. I feel like when we used to watch the Victoria's Secret angels sitting backstage, they'd always have like eye patches on, lip patches on. Everything was about the skin prep and the base. So we're gonna do a little bootleg version of that. First things first, I'm just putting on this really amazing hydrating lip balm that I got on Amazon. I threw my Laneige out the window once I discovered this. Stuff is so good. It's only like 10 bucks. And it also like cools my mouth, which I love. Makeup always looks better when you prep your skin really well, hydrate everything, and what better way to do that than using Korean skincare. This is one of my favorite Korean skincare serums. It is from Beauty of Joseon. This stuff just makes you really radiant. Like, there are so many girlies on TikTok out here telling us what is good and what is bad. I'm telling y'all right now, this serum will have you glowing. Like, will have your skin unreal. Putting some oil on your shoulders and your décolleté area is always a really pretty look too. I have this one Velcro roller in right now. The Denise Richardson hairline was like the thing that I wanted my whole life, but you know, we gotta embrace. Now this serum is nice and soaked in. I'm going to take this jelly moisturizer. I'm taking a pretty heaping amount and just gonna put that on my skin. I just like the texture of it, and I think it gives your skin a really nice hydrated base as well. For brows, I'm just taking this little Rare Beauty pencil. For me personally, that bushy brow look looks terrible. Even when makeup artists use colored brow gel or like really fill in this front portion of my brows, I just think it looks messy and unnatural. So as you guys can see, I just apply a really thin line underneath my brow and just wisp that out to create the illusion that there's more hair there, but I don't know, maybe that's just my personal preference, but I am not into the bushy brow look. I like the front of my brows to be a little more sparse, and then they can be thicker towards the middle. I'm gonna set these brows in place. These are definitely a little bushier than my preference, but I think these are pretty on par with like how the Victoria's Secret brows used to be. My two favorite Victoria's Secret models were Candace Swanepoel, like that's everyone's favorite, and Laís Ribeiro. She was Brazilian, but Laís Ribeiro like changed the way that I viewed myself in high school. We need to give a round of applause to the women of color that were the face of Victoria's Secret, because they ate. And then you had Jasmine Tookes, which was like every woman of color's favorite model ever, because she embodied a Victoria's Secret angel so well. And I think for a lot of us, that was our first time seeing like this woman of color really run shit, at least in our generation. Like obviously Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, those are icons, but I didn't grow up really seeing that. I was too little when Tyra Banks was like popping to have her as an idol. So I think for a lot of us, Jasmine Tookes, Laís, like they were really big beauty icons. What we need to achieve now is a really pretty natural glowy base. So I'm using my Rare Beauty foundation as per usual, and I'm not going to put foundation all over my face, just on the areas where I have some unevenness. I'm not gonna put much foundation under my eyes yet. My junior year of college, I actually met Jasmine Tookes like in the mall. So one of my friends was like interning for an influencer in Georgia, and it turned out that that day that influencer like could not make it. And at this time, I'm like a pre-law student, okay? This was pre-COVID. Being an influencer was not on my radar. I had no social media presence, nothing. But somehow I had gotten invited to this influencer event. So we show up to the Lenox Mall in Atlanta, and it's like a meet and greet with Jasmine Tookes. There's actually a picture on Getty Images of us with Jasmine Tookes. I was in awe of Jasmine Tookes' beauty. Like, she is so unbelievably beautiful in person. It's not real. Like, it's unreal how pretty this person is. And someone asked me if I was like her sister at this event, and I was like, girl, I will drop out right now. Like, I will drop out and pursue that. I guess when you see two tall brown women together, you're like, okay, they have to be related. That must have been what was going through people's minds. But when I tell y'all that bucked my head so big, it gave me this sense of confidence for a good year. Base is looking really good and flawless. I don't want to do too much. I think that is an important thing to note about the Victoria's Secret Angel look is it's not too much. It's never too much. It's always just really glowy and very ethereal looking. I'm gonna grab the Kosas concealer. They sent me a few different shades. This one is in 7.3N. Putting some really minimal dots on the center points of my face and also areas that I want to lift up. I feel like a lot of us can relate when it comes to the fact that whether you wanted to be a model or not, Victoria's Secret was everybody's dream. We all watched the show, we would cry over the outfits. It was such an era, but at the same time, like, there was some damage that was done. The base is done. I'm actually just going to add a little bit of setting spray. This is gonna add a little bit of dewiness back into my skin. As you guys can see, I already have lashes on. I think these are really natural, flirty, and fluttery. They're just from Kiss. I'll link this style along with like everything else as always. So I'm gonna grab this Sigma Spicy eyeshadow palette. I have the color Mocha on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of add a small bit of dimension to the outer crease of my lid and kind of try to feather that upwards like Bella Hadid. Think Bella Hadid cat eye shape. I feel like a lot of the VS looks were like shimmery gold eyeshadow on the center of the lid and all that, and that is not my vibe. My eyes don't carry eyeshadow well at all. So if that's something that you like if you really like how eyeshadow looks on you, I would definitely recommend like a rose gold shadow on the middle of your lids and just like go crazy with it. But for me personally, I don't think it looks that great. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm taking this Glow palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm gonna put a little bit of that golden color on the bottom of my entire lash line. This is honestly a really good trick for people with darker eyes and like darker skin tones. This just really opens everything up and makes you look adorable. Take it a tad bit farther. I'm gonna take this Swede eye pencil, line my waterline with this. This really gives that doe-eyed effect. You guys can see how wide awake my eyes are. And then optional, you can add a dark brown eyeshadow wing if you need a little bit more depth. Time for the most important step in this makeup routine. We are going to do a really glowy, shiny, goddess-like angel blush. In my last makeup video, I used this Hard Candy Sheer Glow, which is a total dupe for the Say Super Glowy Gel. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of that as well. All you need is that glowy paste and then any liquid blush that you like. Give this a good swirl. Mixing the gel with your blush is such a hack. I do this every day. Like, I refuse to ever go back. It just makes you look so pretty in real life. If you want to be a little extra, is take the excess product and just put a little bit on like the center of your forehead, chin. Just add a little extra sparkle, a little extra glow. Let's get into these lips. The VS Angels always had this really pretty light nude lip shade. For the brown girls, we are going to adjust this a little bit. So I am gonna use my dark lip liner. You guys know the drill. This makeup look is so sexy and bombshell-like, and I feel like in order to do that, you wanna achieve kind of a pouty lip. If you don't feel like you have a pouty lip, try to round out your Cupid's bow a little bit and also have it kind of pinch in at the corners. This is my perfect nude shade. This is Supermodel by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna contour my nose with my berry shade. The Victoria's Secret Angels don't do this, but I do. The smallest amount of this product on. I'm gonna top off this lip with Ribbon from Rhode. Apparently this is Hailey Bieber's favorite. She popped off with these lip tints. Like, I am obsessed with every single Rhode lip tint. The last touch to this face, mix up all of the highlight colors from this ABH palette. We just need a blinding highlight real quick, you know? Then you're gonna take a tiny little brush, give it a lick. Sorry if you think that's gross, that's just how I do my makeup. Put a small amount on the tip of my nose and a little bit on the bridge. I definitely should have recorded the entire video with this lighting, but y'all, we nailed this. I feel like this makeup is a hack. Like, I need to show the Victoria's Secret artists all of the products that I just used because this did not take me long at all. And this is an exact dupe for the Victoria's Secret makeup. If you try it out, please let me know and tag me. I would love to see it. 2024, I'm definitely experimenting with all types of pretty natural glowy makeup looks. So if you have any particular requests that you want to see from me, like any characters or any aesthetics, leave it in the comments. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I love you so much, and I will see you next time.